with Leicstalk, and I'm here with Deiah Marie. How are we doing today?
Oh, very good. Thanks so much for having me.
No, it's been a pleasure. I'm excited for you to come down. I've been excited for all of this. I know, obviously, we're going to talk about you, and that's the main thing of this. But I've just been excited for this whole day. How are you finding it so far?
Oh, the day's been amazing. Like, you guys are awesome, and it's so cool to come to an event where you're actually like speaking and connecting and getting to know more people from around Leicester. So it's been really cool.
I think we've got to give Cheska the credit for that.
Oh my gosh, yeah,
I'll be
Cheska,
honest.
yeah.
I'm just a not so pretty face. She's really hard work.
No, you got a very pretty face,
Oh.
and you've been knocking it out of the park. And yeah, Cheska is one of those ones that just gets it done. So yeah, really appreciate it today. Yeah.
So, obviously I've seen you at a few events and stuff with your huge vocals and doing your cool songs and telling people you're not tired yet.
Not tired yet.
But I think you've got a really cool backstory, which I've briefly heard you say on stage.
Yeah.
But tell the audience.
Right.
Let's go from the start.
It's like, what do you want to know? So, yeah, I am not from Leicester originally. No, I grew up in a very small town in Kansas in the USA. And I sang as a child singer, but gave that up when I was about 12. So did a lot of that, but like lots of shows around the US for like raising money for veterans and stuff like that. And gave that up at 12. And then when I moved to the UK here recently, I love living here, and the access to the arts here in Leicester is insane.
It's interesting,
It's insane. I've never been somewhere, and obviously I'm from the US where like there's lots of homages to music, but in the small town I'm from, like 300 people, it's either country music or nothing. So yeah, and like with Leicester, it's been amazing that because it was my partner and it's like some friends and my husband, they were basically like, oh, you need to get back into music because like you really enjoy it. And so it was just more of a bit of fun, and then literally it's been one thing after another led me to Too Funky, applied for the Too Funky show. Yeah, long story short, that's how we've got here as of last year, and it's literally not even been a year since that show.
That's actually how we met. We've both been part of a program called Project Live. I was on it roughly 3 years ago. I believe you've been on it twice now, though.
Yeah.
So the first time, I know how that happened. You applied. You were successful. Of course, you were. You're great.
That's good.
The second time, though, was a bit different. How did that come about?
Yeah, so that was for the 10-year anniversary show. So I just happened to look out that the show that I did in the summer last year. So I applied in February, got on for the March, and then you obviously you perform in June, kind of summertime. And they had already decided the 10-year anniversary lineup.
They had initially,
And obviously I was like, can't wait to go to that show. But then about a couple of weeks after that rehearsal started, I got a call just saying that someone was not available. Obviously loved having me on the one before. If I was available, if I had another song available, happy to have me on. And then like boom, straight away next week.
Why didn't they pick you?
Oh, I don't know.
Don't be modest.
No, I'm a big vocalist. Oh shit. Yeah, you know me too well now. You've seen a couple of shows. I think I was very fortunate that like everybody that came to the show, I have a lot of energy on stage, a lot of presence, and I really like singing. Like that is what I enjoy the most. So I think they gave me the call back because like I'm always down to like make me music, and I'm really enjoying being on stage and like performing live. So I think that was a big part of it. Is that
makes
got
sense.
on really well.
I mean, I've witnessed these shows. They're big. You very much the attention does on me, and you earn it. It's not. There's no demand without being earned, and you definitely earn it when you're up there. You put in a shift. It's brilliant. I want to go back to the root a little bit though. So I've heard you. I know what you do. I get it. The audience, you're going to find out for yourselves. She's not going to tell you about it. You're going to go and listen. Because the project is out soon, which we'll get into in a bit. You said you quit at 12. What caused that decision?
Oh, you know what? That's a really great question. When I think about it, it comes down to a lot of personal, just life was happening. I know that sounds really crazy when you're 11 and 12 and you decide, actually, I don't want to be a singer. I don't want to move forward. It was more to do with like, my family was kind of in tumultuous grounds, needed my parents, like I love my parents very dearly, but they needed to split up. And because obviously we traveled a lot and we were singing a lot, that was kind of like the Von Trapp family singers, and my parents were obviously managing that.
Of course.
And that felt like, as when I was really little, that felt like the core of the chaos that we were traveling and we were singing and we were performing and you were always putting on a face.
So they were a part of it.
So my mom is a really, really incredible singer, and she's a concert pianist. So like she's like classically trained. Yeah, she sang at like mega stadiums, like for Braves games and like Royals like baseball games. So mega stadiums. So she sang a lot.
Big scale.
Yeah, and my dad's military, so hence my mom's a singer, dad's military.
So don't mess with you.
No, don't mess with me, man. That's a drill sergeant's daughter. So
Of course.
I know.
Away.
Yeah, so the kind of belting vocals is probably from like a militant like shout. But yes, my parents were kind of like, it was the root of like, I have 5 siblings, and so there was kind of like this thought of, if we continue down this road. When I was 12, I thought, no, my bargaining chip is that if you guys get divorced, I will sing again.
Okay.
And then so that was
that's
it was quite, I don't know, 12-year-old me was full of it.
It's quite a wild statement,
Yeah, and it did. It took, obviously, like, when you're kind of like always traveling, always singing, takes the joy out of it as well.
Of course.
So I used that as my bargaining chip, and they ended up, they did split, and now obviously they're both very happy in their other lives. They've
Sometimes
remarried.
it's best, isn't it?
Oh, it's best.
Sometimes
it is best. You know, and it was better
as
for
you
both
clearly
of them.
stated.
Oh yeah, way better, and like they're both happier in their separate lives, and they have all of us crazy kiddos. So. Yeah, as I got older, just never got back into it because I was still in kind of a place of like, this isn't fun. And also, growing up in a small town, what do you do with music? Most people just go to open mic night, or you go for a karaoke and you win a couple bucks, and that's about it. So I used that really I got a scholarship in school. Like singing on a choir, played tennis, so played like collegiate tennis, stuff like that, and just paid for school through singing. And I thought, that's it for me. That's about it.
For the UK audience, how does this scholarship stuff work? This blows my mind. It makes no sense to me. School education's free, or you get a weird loan that you don't ever really pay back. You know what I mean?
So
how does?
University and college for us is the same. So it's a 4-year kind of degree. That's pretty standard. For me, I knew that if I wanted to afford an education, that I would have to have scholarships. So it was a $35,000 a year tuition. So every year it's $35,000. It goes up with increases in inflation.
That's insane.
I know. So you would think, obviously, me getting like a collegiate scholarship to play tennis, it's $18,000 a year. Fantastic. That covers half of your bills. So obviously that's not even tuition covered.
Did you have to work your way through
Yes,
it?
I worked 2 to 3 jobs all through that. So like I had full-time tennis, obviously your training, and I did the choir because obviously that's an additional scholarship. I'm a hustler. I will get through whatever it is.
100%. That's coming across. There is something that I wanted to touch on though.
Yeah.
So you come from a musical family. That's become clear.
Yeah.
If your family weren't musical, do you think you will be?
Yeah.
And why is that?
So we have a lot of fun in our house. Like everybody's got their secret talents, and everybody's. I've gravitated to music since before I could probably remember. My mom, like, she was like, you learned to whistle really little, and like she was like, you were always singing something. I do think the influence your parents have, and like my mom obviously,
100%.
She's a teacher and now she's in special education, so she knows the power of music, can really get through to kids better. And like in our house, Disney movies were on all the time. We're talking musicals all the time.
I see the influences.
Like,
you like the big and dramatic sound.
I love a dramatic sound. So if I can make a dramatic movie one day, that'd be great. Full choir kind of ensembles. I like a full orchestra. I played violin and piano growing up. It's like those musical kind of influences. Yeah, and obviously like for me, those influences led me to where I am and how I cope with things. But singing has always been an outlet.
That's fair.
Always.
I feel like you skipped over something. You say you played the violin and the clarinet.
No, piano.
And the piano.
Yeah.
So
I don't.
Listen, they're not. Listen,
they're random.
I'll allow the piano because quite a lot of people. The violin's difficult.
Yes.
We can't just gloss over. How did that happen?
Just because I went from like, when you're in grade school, you have like access to piano, and I played piano at home, and my mom being a pianist. But then when you go up to middle school, high school in America, some places don't offer piano as easily as others. So you have like band, we had marching band, and we had an orchestra. So I went in and I was a very little child. I was tiny, so when I went to go and like try and pick up a trumpet, wasn't as effective.
It wasn't happening.
And I thought, my mom was like, why don't you just go try the strings one day, try orchestra. So when I was about 13, picked up the violin, and the sheet music translated directly, and they were like, you're quite good at this, like you can really stick with this. So I did that for a couple of years, really enjoyed it. Mm-hmm.
Well, there's massive, do you know what comes across straight away? In our education systems, there's massive cultural differences, right? I can tell you in my schools, and I've been to a few of them, we won't go into why. But I've been to a few of them. They definitely don't work in the same way yours did.
Yeah.
So there's a massive cultural difference. Now, you moved over here last 5 years or so.
Yeah, the first time I moved over, was 8 years ago for London, but I did school. So I moved over originally for my university, came back and did my master's degree. So that's part, in the degree. So the first one, I finished my undergraduate in communications and public relations. And then the master's degree was public relations and international business. So
not music?
A lot of chit chat. No. I genuinely had given up on music fully.
Crazy.
Did not think I would ever have a career in it. So when you're little, you dream of stadiums. You dream of that. Even though like in Kansas, like that would have just been to about 500 hay bales. But like then as I got older, I thought, maybe I could teach some people this or that, or like little skills that I picked up in like the opera singing and like obviously in college singing, like all these things that I was like, I'll pass that down to my kids, whatever. But it was my husband and my friends when I moved here, they were like, no, we know you're really good at singing, like you should at least go and like so it literally full circle, it was moving here, getting into the music scene, that there's a studio near where I live, and that was just for me to go and do piano.
So
got back in it.
We're glossing over something as well.
I'm so sorry.
Your husband's from the UK, right?
Oh yeah, so, he's from Wixton.
He's big at Wixton, LE18.
He is a big old Leicester fan.
We love Wixton.
Wixton.
The chap behind the camera shot an MP4. They're from Wixton, so.
Yeah, you might know his family.
You might know them.
Might be friends. So
so they're from Wixton.
Yeah.
And we off camera we spoke about how you took him back to Kansas, where you're from, which means he's not been to Kansas previously to that point, right?
No.
How did you meet?
So we met at a sports camp.
A sports
camp. So like my whole life,
most American thing I've ever heard in my life.
Bruh, I know. So like everybody's like, what do you mean you met him at a sports camp? But he did Camp America.
Okay.
I went to camp. So I just signed up and got recruited because of the college, like the university team I played on. So I got recruited to go and teach tennis. It's a fantastic sports camp. I mean, there's thousands in America. Yeah. Ours is the best.
Of course.
Obviously. But yeah, we went.
You on it.
They had me there. So, but like you lived on a lake for 8 weeks of the summer. He obviously came over. He did Camp America, signed up, and was a football coach. And it was the first time I had been that immersed in like such a international kind of like staff. So like I played obviously collegiate tennis, and I was the only American on the two men's and women's team. So for me, I was like, that's 20 people, international, couple like Spanish people, German people, this and that. But when I went to camp and I met like my husband and everybody in like kind of our group, there was like 150 staff members and like only about 20, 30, like handful of Americans. Like everybody else from, and that was when I was kind of like, oh, the rest of the world sounds pretty amazing. I can't wait to go. But yeah, we were like the same circle of friends. We went to the same sports camp. And then there for about...
By the way, we're not going to let him off the hook for the camera. That was the old boy. He's one of the best DJs in the city, but he's terrible at putting his phone on silent. So that's a shout out to the old boy. We love him though. Carry on.
So we went to sports camp. We met there. 8 weeks. Amazing. Went our separate ways. So I went back to Kansas. He came back to England. Lost touch. Didn't speak. And then a year later was when I was studying in London, and he was also doing a year in industry in London. So we were not far apart in London, and we were like, oh, it'd be great to see someone I actually know. Found out we're both single and stuck with me ever since.
And there you go.
Literally met twice in life.
What kind of age were you when you first met?
We met 19, 19 and 20.
Okay. Did you like him when you first met him?
No.
And you know, I could tell by the look of your face. It was so obvious.
No, to be fair.
Idiot Brit, we're one of them.
Well, no, this is the thing. Like, when I met him, I remember because I got recruited to a boys' camp. Because the ages for the kids in the sports camp were 5 to 15. So they wanted a couple of girls to be like moms of the camp. Because we got phone calls in the middle of the night, and they're like, "Oh, we've got someone who's got a lot of homesickness. Can you come down and come and sit with them?" I ended up singing to a lot of them. It was great. And they were like, "Wow, Mary Poppins." So it was really sweet. But obviously, when I went, there was only 6 girls, and then the rest of the staff were all dudes. So I was like adamant, I don't want anything to do with y'all. I'm here for tennis. I'm here for a good time. Leave me alone. And no, he genuinely was the funniest person I've ever met. He's the sweetest guy. And I was like, oh my God. And then I was like, oh, he's British though. Like that accent. I was like, bro, that means he's got to go across the Atlantic. I was
go.
like, I'm not going to see him again. So at first it was kind of like, no, I'm fine. We're good as friends.
Yeah.
Literally within a week, I was like, oh no.
Oh no.
He's pretty great.
You got the bug.
I know, I was like, oh
Got the
no.
bug.
And then the English accent was like, killer. I was like, wow.
And now you're here and you realise you all sound like me and it's not great.
It's great. No, it's amazing. I love y'all's accent. And there's so many accents.
Yeah.
Leicester is incredible for it because like the first time I moved to England, I lived in Kingston, London.
Okay.
Crazy. Like crazy. Different accents everywhere. I could
Lot of
not
cultures
believe
in there
it.
as well,
It was
so-
so good. I'd never heard grime before. Bruh. Changed my life.
We're going to introduce a problem.
Like my whole world changed. I was 20 years old and I'd never been to a nightclub. So moving to England was nuts. Like it's nuts. And then I moved to Leicester to do my master's degree.
Yeah.
But I did my master's degree in Birmingham. So then I'm hearing Birmingham accents on a night out in Leicester, going like it was crazy.
Do you understand what the Brummies were saying?
No.
I knew it. I
But
struggle.
like I can't even fault y'all because like I couldn't understand half the Leicester accents when I
That's
got
fair,
here.
that's
I was
fair.
like, what are they saying to me? And I was like, I'm being really rude. I don't know what to say. And
It makes
you
sense.
get it though.
I do get it.
I've
Do you know-
lived here long enough now that I have figured it out. I can kind of get the
It's
accent.
the same equation with me with the Scots.
Yeah.
Like,
There you go.
I meet a Scottish person, we mate when I was talking the same
Yeah,
language.
yeah.
It blows my mind.
Just thumbs up.
Let's get back to what's really important though.
Yeah.
You're a really good musician.
Thank
Not
you.
just a singer, but a musician.
Thank
right?
you.
That's become clear.
Yeah.
I know you've got a project coming. I've been keeping an eye on your socials. I'm
Yeah.
quite excited for it myself.
Thank you.
Please tell us about it.
Right, so yeah, I'm well excited as well because these songs I worked on specifically for the two funky shows.
Yes.
And it was kind of like, what am I going to do with these? So I've had them all recorded. We've done live recordings and then we've added loads of big vocals.
You've worked with Joe Doyle, is that right?
Joe Doyle's
Yeah.
playing bass. I've got Michael Keaton on keys, and then I've got
Yes.
Dave Anderson on drums.
Oh, solid.
Like I am so lucky to have been a part of
Yeah,
Too
that's
Funky
a
and
really
for
solid
this band as well. And so yeah, they all came down and we recorded all 4 songs.
Nice.
And this will be my debut EP. Yep,
Looking
and we'll
forward
be
to it.
dropping every couple of weeks. I've got a new song for everybody to enjoy.
What's the phrase? Drip dropping? Is that the phrase?
Yeah, it's waterfall.
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 I knew it was
Drip
something to do with
dropping
water.
like that.
I like drip dropping. I'm going to run with drip dropping.
I'm gonna call it that
Copywriting
now.
that.
Hashtag drip and drop. Yeah, I like that.
Okay, so
Waterfall.
tell me what I can expect from these songs.
You can expect. So you know that like we ain't tired yet. It is exactly as it sounds. It is nothing but energy.
Yeah.
I've never had a Red Bull, but it's like Red Bull if it was a song.
I struggle to believe it hearing that song.
Yeah, so yeah, it's like coffee and a Red Bull. So
Yeah.
it's a lot of energy, whereas like the other ones are a lot more attitude, a lot of
Yeah, okay.
a lot more attitude. Still big vocals. I put a lot of big riffs and kind of big belts out, and then there's one in particular that's really, really heavy, feels emotion. So yeah, the whole compass of the EP is more the message of you need to get out of where you're from. You
Okay.
need to step
She
out.
definitely
of what
did.
Yeah. I just think it's really important. Everybody steps out from what they know and just have a look around. Just like get to know other ways of life because like. It might be great to go back home to do life as it is because it might be the best way for you.
Yeah.
But you need to see more things. You need to go and try stuff out. Otherwise, someone else is going to decide how your life goes for you.
Exactly.
And I'm not down for that. So
Yeah, you've really stepped into and become kind of a pivotal part of the Leicester music scene really quickly.
Cool.
You kind of went from someone I'd never heard of maybe
Nope.
a year ago.
Yeah.
So you've really stepped to the limelight. And
Yeah.
people are really interested in you at this point. Who do you want? And we're not talking about Drake's or anyone like that.
right, yeah.
Who do you want to on a local level collaborate with
Oh my goodness.
that you haven't collaborated with yet?
That I haven't already, and we actually had a chat about this, but we never came back to it. But you know LVT.
Oh, I love LVT.
I would love to work with LVT. Let's see, because I've worked with a few from my. Gosh, on the Leicester scene as well. There's so many running through my head. I feel bad not saying everyone.
No.
You know what I mean? Everyone is amazing.
So I actually also want to work with LVT.
Yeah.
And we've had a little chat about working with big DJ Yes. We're working together with DJ Yes on a song.
Yeah.
So I get that.
Yeah.
Why do you like LVT?
Bro, the energy. She is so good about energy. She's such a sweet girl, and like I really love her energy and like the atmosphere that she brings to the table. Yeah. Then there's loads of people who are working really hard, like yourself, that like putting music out all the time.
Okay.
And the vibes are always so good. And obviously, like you said, I've gotten into this Leicester scene in the last year.
You've really broken as well.
Yeah, so I started writing music just over 2 years ago, and then I've been able to start gigging as of last year. So it's been a mad turnaround, and I have everyone on like Too Funky and like the Leicester scene that have supported me so far.
Yeah, I think you're receiving a lot of support right now.
Everybody's
you're primed
really incredible
to go and do well, I think.
Yeah, I hope so, because like y'all are like the best influences as well to get into. So that's the thing. Oh, and I'm like, like people, literally everybody I see, like you're in there, like Comprehend's in there, and then you've got, bruh, like I'd love to kind of work. Because I never thought it would be possible for me.
Got a few songs together. He's fun to work with in the studio.
Yeah, so like little things like that I had no idea that my vocals could ever be good for.
Yeah.
Because like you don't know really where you sit.
Before Comprehend, of course. I was like, how did that?
I
saw it and it was great.
Thank you. We had an hour. Didn't you? Yeah.
When she was poorly, bless her.
Yes, she had laryngitis. Lost her voice, and like so she gives me the lyrics the hour before the live show begins.
Learn this, sing it right.
She went, "Can you sing this? Fantastic." Go. Like there was no like yes or no. It was like Miss Rayham.
I remember she got on stage and she spoke about how you'd learnt these an hour or so before.
Oh yeah, it's great.
No one had ever known. But let's not talk about everyone else. I want to know one more thing about you.
Yeah.
So when in 30, 40 years, when the music's all said and done, and you sat in your care room, even your bar humbugs and all the rest of it, what's one thing you want people to remember about you?
Do you know what? That's a question I've never been asked. And I love that. I think the main thing is I want people to remember about me is I just think everybody should enjoy this life. It's very short. It's very short. I think everybody, when they think of me, I think they should think that you should take a chance on yourself.
That you had a good time. I've
had a really good time. And I think, if I leave the world with a little bit more kindness, I think that's where I'm at is... Because I've seen quite a few things. I've lived many lives, I feel like, already in my young life. Because you've come from so many places. I've burst my bubble many times. So if I'm sitting there and I think, what do I want people to know about me? I think people should just give themselves a bit more grace. They should enjoy this life for what it is. Have a bit of fun. Yeah. And just have a good time.
Exactly.
It's too short.
Deiah Marie, that has been a great chat. I've learned so much about you. It's brilliant. We're definitely going to get you back soon. Before you go, when can we next see you perform?
Next time we perform, check my Instagram because there's a show in February in Market Harbour. But there's also several shows that will be coming up for unreleased dates in March and April. So they'll be in Leicester. Just keep an eye on my Instagram. Please.
Guys, make sure you go check them out. Deiah Marie, we'll see you soon.
Thanks.
Thank you.